Have you ever wondered how houses are built in Europe and the USA? Today, we'll demystify that process for you. Building a house, whether it's on the sun-drenched coasts of California or nestled in the rolling hills of Tuscany, is a fascinating journey. A journey that, while unique to each location, shares common ground in the universal language of construction. In both Europe and America, home building begins with a solid foundation, relying on quality materials and skilled craftsmanship. Yet the architectural styles and techniques can vary greatly. From the timber-framed homes of Germany to the adobe houses of New Mexico, the diversity is truly remarkable. Understanding these construction processes isn't just for architects or builders. It gives us a deeper appreciation for the homes we live in and the intricate work that goes into creating them. So, whether it's a cozy cottage or a sprawling mansion, each house tells a unique story. Stay tuned as we delve into the intriguing world of home construction. Every great house starts with a great plan. In the construction world, we call this the blueprint. It's not just a sheet of paper with lines and numbers. It's the heart and soul of our creation, the very DNA of the house we're about to build. Now let's delve into the importance of a blueprint. A blueprint is like a roadmap for construction. It shows the layout of the house, the size of each room, where the windows and doors will be, and even the locations of electrical outlets and plumbing fixtures. Without a blueprint, construction would be like trying to navigate through a dense forest without a map. You could end up with a house that doesn't meet your needs, doesn't comply with building codes, or worse, isn't safe to live in. Blueprints aren't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. They differ significantly in Europe and the USA. In Europe, blueprints often include detailed information about the building's energy efficiency, as European homes tend to be smaller and more energy conscious. In the USA, on the other hand, blueprints are typically more focused on the layout and size of the house, as American homes are often larger and built with more emphasis on comfort and convenience. Behind every blueprint is a team of dedicated architects and engineers. Architects are responsible for the overall design of the house. They consider factors like aesthetics, functionality, and the lifestyle of the future inhabitants. Engineers, on the other hand, ensure that the design is feasible and safe. They calculate loads, analyze materials, and ensure that the house will stand strong for years to come. In essence, a blueprint is more than just a plan. It's a vision brought to life by architects and engineers, tailored to the needs and wants of the future homeowners, and compliant with the standards and regulations of the area. It's a critical step in the construction process that sets the scene for everything that follows. With a solid blueprint, we lay the foundation for a successful construction project. Now that we have our blueprint, it's time to lay the foundation. This stage is crucial to the longevity of the house, so pay close attention. The process begins with excavation, creating a hole that matches our blueprint. We then move to formwork, setting up a mold into which concrete will be poured. The differences between Europe and the USA become apparent here. In the USA, foundations are typically made of poured concrete or concrete block, whereas in Europe, stone and brick are often used. These materials not only reflect regional preferences, but also the availability of resources. After the formwork is set, we pour in the concrete, ensuring it fills up all corners and crevices. Once it's hardened, we have a solid, level base upon which to build our house. Remember, the quality of your foundation directly impacts the durability and safety of your home. A strong foundation ensures the stability of the house, paving the way for the next step. With the foundation in place, it's time to build upwards. Now, we begin the exciting process of giving our house its structure. This is where we see the first hints of what the final product will look like, a process that varies quite a bit between Europe and the USA. In Europe, the focus leans more towards durability and longevity. Many European houses are built using stone, brick, or concrete, materials known for their strength and resistance to the elements. These materials are layered and bonded together with mortar, which not only holds everything in place but also provides additional structural integrity. The process is labor-intensive, with each brick or stone being laid by hand, but the end result is a house that could potentially stand for centuries. On the other hand, in the USA, the approach is a tad different. Here, speed and efficiency are paramount. The most common method is known as stick framing, which involves building a framework out of wooden studs. These studs, typically spaced 16 inches apart, are combined with horizontal pieces to form the skeleton of the house. Once this wooden frame is in place, it's covered with panels of plywood or similar material to form the walls. This method allows for rapid construction and is relatively inexpensive, but it also requires more maintenance than its European counterpart and has a shorter lifespan. Of course, these are generalizations. There are houses in Europe built with wood and houses in the USA built with stone or brick. The choice of materials and methods often comes down to factors such as local building codes, climate, and personal preference. So, whether you're stacking bricks in Berlin or nailing studs in Nashville, the process of building upwards is a critical step in house construction. It's here where we move from a simple foundation to something that starts to resemble a home. As the walls go up, our house starts to take shape. It's a fascinating process, watching a house rise from the ground, one layer at a time. But we're not done yet, not by a long shot. Up next, we'll be capping it off. Stay tuned. Stay. The walls are up, and now it's time for the roof. The roof, as many would agree, is the crown of a house. It's not just about aesthetics. It's a vital element that shields the structure from the elements. In Europe, you'll commonly find pitched roofs, particularly in the northern parts where snowfall is a regular occurrence. These roofs are often made with tiles, slate, or even thatch in some rural areas, all designed to allow snow and rain to slide off easily. On the other hand, in the USA, you might see a mix of flat and pitched roofs. The materials used can vary widely, from asphalt shingles, popular for their cost-effectiveness, to metal roofing, appreciated for its durability and energy efficiency. Regardless of the style or material, the objective is the same: to create a sturdy, weather-resistant cap that completes the building's structure and protects it from the elements. With the roof in place, we're almost home. With the structure complete, we move on to the finishing touches. A house becomes a home when it's infused with personal style, comfort, and functionality. The process of adding these finishing touches can vary greatly, especially when we compare the practices in Europe and the USA. In Europe, the emphasis is often on preserving the charm and character of the building. This might involve restoring original features, like wooden beams and stone walls, or incorporating traditional design elements. It's not unusual to find a modern kitchen in a centuries-old building, creating a delightful blend of old and new. On the other hand, American homes often lean towards a more modern aesthetic. Think open-concept living spaces, large windows for natural light, and a seamless blend of indoor and outdoor living. The focus here is on comfort and convenience, with a touch of luxury thrown in for good measure. But it's not just about the interiors. Landscaping is another crucial aspect of making a building feel like a home. In Europe, you'll find gardens that mirror the home's history, with classic elements like rose gardens, fountains, and stone pathways. American homes, meanwhile, often feature expansive lawns, backyard decks, and outdoor entertainment spaces. Of course, these are general observations, and there's a world of diversity within each continent. The key is to consider the context, the environment, and your own personal style. Whether it's a sleek kitchen island, a cozy fireplace, or a beautifully landscaped garden, these finishing touches are what make a house truly feel like a home. They're the elements that reflect your personality, enhance your lifestyle, and create a space where you love to spend time. So, as you plan your build, don't overlook the importance of these final stages. They may not involve heavy machinery or architectural blueprints, but they're every bit as important in transforming a structure into a space that's uniquely yours. With these final touches, we transform a building into a home. So, there you have it. That's how houses are built in Europe and the USA. We kick things off by setting a solid foundation, which is essentially the backbone of the entire structure. It's where we ensure that our house stays upright and sturdy, come rain or shine. From there, we moved on to laying the groundwork, where we meticulously planned and prepared our site for the actual construction. It's a crucial step that sets the stage for all the work to follow. Next, we built upwards, erecting the walls and creating the basic structure of the house. This is where our house begins to take shape, and we can start to see our vision come to life. Then, we capped it off with the roof, the protective shield that keeps us safe from the elements. And finally, we made it a home, adding the finishing touches that make a house uniquely yours. Remember, every house tells a story, and it all starts with the construction process.